She hired a nanny to protect her children, but the nanny was the only one in the house with a reason to kill. Kathleen was a lawyer, a woman who had spent her life fighting cases, protecting others, and holding everything together. One day, a young woman named Polly walked into her office. Polly worked as a nanny. She had just lost her job. Her rent kept increasing. She had no family, no savings, and nowhere to go. Kathleen listened. She helped her with the legal issue, and that should have been the end of it, but life had other plans. Months later, Kathleen's life changed. She had a newborn baby boy. She already had an older daughter. Between work, childcare, and daily pressure, everything began slipping out of balance. Her house was near a busy road. She constantly feared her children might wander outside and get hurt. One day, while running errands at a local market, Kathleen met Polly again. They spoke briefly. Polly noticed Kathleen's exhaustion. She said quietly, "I told you I'm a nanny. I don't have work right now. If you want, I can help you with the kids." Kathleen hesitated. Letting a stranger into your home takes trust. Polly smiled and added, "You can call my previous employer. Ask her yourself." Kathleen did. The woman on the phone praised Polly. She said Polly had taken excellent care of her children and home. Her children were grown now, so she no longer needed a nanny. Reassured, Kathleen and her husband hired Polly. At first, everything felt perfect. The children became attached to Polly. The house felt calmer. Kathleen finally felt supported. A few days later, Kathleen planned a lunch at home. Friends were coming over. She insisted she would cook everything herself. Polly smiled. But when no one was watching, she slipped into the kitchen. She mixed something into the food. Everyone enjoyed the meal. While sitting at the table, one of Kathleen's friends asked Polly about herself. Polly spoke gently. She said she was poor. She had no family. She couldn't afford to live in the city anymore. Then she added casually, "I think I'll go back to my village soon. Life here is too expensive." Kathleen was surprised. "You never mentioned this to me," she said. Polly lowered her eyes. The conversation moved on. But the seed had been planted. That night, something strange happened. Everyone in the house fell sick. Everyone. Except Polly. She hadn't touched the soup. Kathleen blamed herself. She cried, believing she had failed again. Polly comforted her. She listened. She reassured her. And slowly, she became indispensable. Feeling guilty and worried about Polly's future, Kathleen made a decision. "Don't go to the village," she said. "Stay here. You'll have a job and a place to live." Polly agreed immediately. She moved into the guest room. From that moment on, everything changed. Polly began whispering things to Kathleen's daughter. "Your mom is always angry. She only pretends to love you. She never buys what you want." Soon, the child repeated the words herself. "You're not nice. I don't want to grow up like you. I want to be like Polly." Kathleen was heartbroken. Even her husband began siding with Polly. Kathleen started feeling like a stranger in her own home. On New Year's night, the family went out to watch fireworks. When they returned, Kathleen heard screaming from her daughter's room. Firecrackers were scattered everywhere. Her daughter was terrified. Kathleen demanded to know who bought them. Polly apologized calmly. "I thought she'd enjoy it. I didn't know she'd be scared." That was the final straw. Kathleen snapped. "You put my child in danger. You're fired. Get out of my house." But no one supported her. Her husband, her daughter. They all begged her to let Polly stay. Kathleen refused. Polly left. But the family turned against Kathleen. Kathleen warned her husband again and again. "She's not who you think she is. She's dangerous." He didn't listen. Instead, he blamed Kathleen for breaking the family apart. Finally, Kathleen broke. She went to Polly's place. She apologized. She admitted she may have overreacted. She asked Polly to come back. not because she trusted her, but because she wanted her family to be happy again. Polly agreed. When Kathleen brought her home, the child was overjoyed. Her husband was relieved. Everything seemed normal again, on the surface. But deep inside, Kathleen knew something was still wrong. So she investigated. She hired a private detective. While Polly was away one day, the detective entered the guest room. He searched carefully. Among Polly's belongings, he found something disturbing. He took it. As he was leaving, Polly suddenly appeared at the doorway. She knew he had taken something, but she stepped aside and let him leave, knowingly. The detective studied what he found. Instead of calling Kathleen, he decided to confront Polly himself. At the same time, Kathleen continued her own investigation. She visited the woman who had recommended Polly, and the truth came out. Polly had never been a nanny. She was a former drug addict. The reference woman was also an addict. They had met at a rehabilitation center. The recommendation had been a lie. Kathleen told her husband everything. He dismissed it. She only lied to get a job, he said. That doesn't make her dangerous. Kathleen felt completely alone. The detective confronted Polly. He called her by her real name, Rebecca. He revealed the truth. Years ago, a house burned down in Kathleen's hometown. An entire family died, except one girl, Rebecca. Kathleen had blamed her father for abuse. The police believed her. She changed her name. She escaped her past. Rebecca never forgot. The detective tried to stop her, tried to reason with her. She pretended to agree. Then she picked up a baseball bat and killed him. When the body was found, Kathleen knew who was responsible, but no one believed her. Consumed by anger, Kathleen confronted Polly again. A violent argument broke out. In her rage, Kathleen accidentally struck her daughter. The child fell and cried. Silence filled the room. That moment changed everything. Her husband rushed in. To him, it looked like proof that Kathleen had lost control, that the children were no longer safe with her. That night, he separated Kathleen from the family. Days later, Kathleen went to see her daughter at a practice ground. Her husband was there too. Her daughter walked up to her. "Mom," she said, "Polly is innocent." Then she handed Kathleen a newspaper article. "I found this in Polly's room." It described a family that died in a fire. Kathleen remembered everything. Kathleen finally understood. Polly was Rebecca, and she was there for revenge. Kathleen rushed home. Her husband waited outside. Kathleen didn't call. He realized she was already inside, and something terrible might happen. Inside the house, Kathleen begged Polly for forgiveness. She confessed everything. Polly smiled. "You suffered for a moment," she said. "I suffered my whole life." She pulled out a knife and stabbed Kathleen. Bleeding, Kathleen ran to the nursery. She picked up her baby boy from the cradle. Holding him tight, she escaped into the car. Polly chased them. She attacked the car violently. Kathleen drove onto the road. Another vehicle came speeding by. It hit Polly. She died instantly. Kathleen's husband rushed in. He found Kathleen injured, holding their baby. He saved her. The family survived. Her husband finally believed her. Life slowly returned to normal, but something still felt wrong. Kathleen's daughter often spoke to someone who wasn't there, as if Polly was still present, still whispering, still watching.